Hello. Proud, Manchester United striker signs new contract. Ethan Wheatley has committed his future to Man United by signing a new long-term deal at Old Trafford. Welcome to our new edition of News from Carrington. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Ethan Wheatley has committed his future to Man United by signing a new long-term deal at Old Trafford. Ethan Wheatley has signed a new deal at Old Trafford. Historic Academy graduate Ethan Wheatley has signed a new contract at Manchester United, admitting it is a proud moment. The striker, who is currently out on loan at League Two tabletoppers Walsall, has signed a deal that will see him remain at Old Trafford until the summer of 2028, with the option of an additional year. Wheatley, 19, joined United at the age of 9 and became the club's 250th Academy graduate to debut for the first team last season. He made his debut as a late substitute in the Reds' 4-2 win over Sheffield United at Old Trafford last April. He has since made 3 further appearances for United, the last of which saw him step off the bench in the 5-2 win over Leicester City in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup earlier this season. On penning a new deal at Old Trafford, Wheatley posted on his Instagram page, "Amazing feeling to have signed a new deal with this great club. Another proud moment for me and my family." Wheatley left Old Trafford on a temporary deal in January, joining Walsall on loan for the remainder of the season. It marked his first loan spell of his career. However, he has so far struggled for regular opportunities at the Biscot Stadium, being restricted to just 3 appearances. He was last included in a matchday squad more than a month ago. Walsall drafted in a crop of new signings in the January transfer window, and some of them have struggled to force their way into boss Matt Sadler's plans. Speaking last month, Sadler said, "Josh Gordon looks like he might be out for a little bit. Ethan, of course, we're going to need all of them. What I will say about Ethan, since he hasn't been in the squad, he has trained so well and put himself in consideration to be on the pitch." Wheatley signed his first professional contract at United in January last year. Ruben Amorim named 17-year-old wonderkid he wanted to play versus Fulham but couldn't, on cusp of his debut. Manchester United will restart their Europa League campaign with a trip to Spain to face Real Sociedad, a competition on which their season hinges. Ruben Amorim has downplayed Europe's importance this season by preaching the big picture, but the implications of Champions League next season are impossible to ignore. With an injury bug tearing through the squad, Harry Maguire and Manuel Ugarte latest absentees, Amorim called up 5 youngsters to senior training. However, only 2 made the trip, Harry Amas and Ellie Harrison, putting Amorim under the scanner for not trusting young players. He fought back against that suggestion by naming the 17-year-old wonderkid he was set to include in the squad even against Fulham last game but couldn't. He's on the cusp of making his debut. Ruben Amorim reveals Fulham selection regret. Amorim's trust in the academy would have gotten stronger after seeing Chido Obi shine against Fulham after coming off the bench. Obi outshone Rasmus Højlund in limited minutes, and that performance will hopefully convince him going forward that the academy players are worth throwing into the deep end. However, Amorim naming an 18-man traveling squad for Sociedad raised eyebrows again as he left numerous youngsters behind. When faced with this question in the lead-up to the Sociedad game, he defended his corner by saying he needs to consider everything in all the squads, naming Amas as the player who would have been in the squad against Fulham. Amorim said, "In the last game against Fulham, we also wanted Amas in the squad, but he played the whole game against Arsenal in the FA Youth Cup, so he wasn't in our squad. We manage all the teams. We are taking care of the expectations on the kids." Ruben Amorim needs European version of Rasmus Højlund. It has been a running theme for Rasmus Højlund ever since he joined the club that he's found it easier to score in Europe than in the Premier League. He was lethal even in the Champions League last season when he couldn't buy a goal in the league after signing in the summer. The same has been the case this season in the Europa League, scoring 5 in 8 games compared to a paltry 2 in 22 league games. With both teams struggling to find the back of the net, the European version of Højlund arriving here can make all the difference for Manchester United. This is again a similarity shared with Sociedad because they've scored 20 times in 10 European games, so they clearly prefer the European lights too. The 2 teams couldn't be more similar, so the team that shakes off its bad habit for this one while retaining their good one will emerge victorious. Thank you for following me.